Looking for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages: tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.
Okay, a very good wet afternoon to all of you, my friends, well wishers, and those of you who are looking at my program today. Welcome once again to our Health and You. Well, I gotta tell you, we had some really serious rain today. Oh, I don't really say rain. Rain is falling, right? I say it's raining. But today, rainfall. It was rain from maybe 3 o'clock this morning all the way to sometime this afternoon, maybe 3 o'clock this afternoon, and it looks like it's going to rain again. So, if you sleep on the floor, you gotta pick up your mattress or your cardboard or whatever it is you sleep on because you may get wet or you may wake up in some serious water. It's May, June, and it seems as though the seasons are realigning themselves. Because I don't think this time last year we had this kind of weather at this time. I'm not sure, but it's May, June, my friends, and we know that May, June is rain. So try and get your dry things done in between the weather because if the seasons are back, then we're gonna have a lot of rain, right? Clean your drains. Clean your drains. We had water today in our office, and I don't know if it's because maybe the tide was up and or the drains are blocked. But we have some neighbors who have built higher, and while building would have you know allowed a lot of sand to enter into the drains. So it is taking longer for the water to move. And we're calling on all persons, all authorities to ensure that when you're building, that you don't block the drains. And if you can clean the drains, we may need the fire service to start doing what they used to do before. The fire service used to go around and blow the drains, just keep blowing them through until they clear everything. We may need to have that start again because it seems as though it seems as though we're going to have some flooding, right? I was sent a picture by this afternoon on his way home, and it seemed to me as though he was probably the only one on the road. I didn't see any vehicles in front of him or around him, but maybe how he took the picture. But it looks like Cherry Street had some serious water. Watt Street and Regent Street. And in South. So I don't know. We have to really maybe bind ourselves and get some buckets and dig out those drains and empty all the debris outside because if it rains again, we're going to be in for some trouble. If it rains again today, because the ground is already saturated. The water has not receded as yet in most places. And let's pray that we don't get more. Because if we get more, Lord help us. Right? Sunday coming is what they call Mother's Day. Right? As I get older, I realize that many of these holidays, as they call them, whatever they call them, are nothing but um, commercial traps that causes persons to go overboard to do things for the occasion. For instance, Mother's Day, lots of flowers are going to be sold. Lots of Mother's Day um, apparatuses, whatever they are, will be bought and presented. And mothers are going to be happy, but persons are going to be broke because they're going to be spending all their money to get something from mother. But listen, if you're doing something for your mother on a regular basis, and on Mother's Day, you just make her a nice breakfast, or you just do some chores that she does normally, and then will and wish her happy Mother's Day. I think she'll be pleased to know that she's appreciated for that day. Versus over you to buy things that only one day your mother will be happy. Okay? I think that you should treat your mother good all year long. On Mother's Day, you do something special for her, um, that you don't do normally. You know, I think you should buy flowers all year long. At some point during the year, let her feel appreciated if she likes flowers, and take her places that she wants to go. Maybe surprise her with something, and do something that does not make you have to find money all year to pay for that one day that you would have spent for Mother's Day. Take her to dinner, give her a nice little treat that she will appreciate. You know. Now remember, this is Mother's Day, right? And I know men do things for Mother's Day, but if it's Mother's Day, that woman that you're trying to make all them things for is not your mother, is your wife, right? So you gotta do something for she your birthday, or maybe anniversary or something like that. Mother's Day are for the children to take care of their mothers. If the children are small, then you do something, nice that represents the age of the child, so that the mother can at least think that, well, you didn't do this because of me being your wife. You did this because, you have a child or two children together, and you appreciate it, because the children at that age can't do really anything for the mother except maybe hold them up a little bit more. Okay? At any rate, I would like to early wish all mothers across the sound of my voice a very happy and peaceful, safe Mother's Day. It's coming, right? It's not today, it's coming. I won't be able to do it on Sunday, right? Because they designate Sunday to be Mother's Day. I say Mother's Day should be every day. Treat your mother good every day, right? And on that day you do something a little special, but don't get yourself into too much debt just to make her feel, because it's not easy times now. And mothers will appreciate anything that is nice and is done for their occasion that day, right? But don't go overboard and spend all your money just for that one day. Okay? I'm speaking so that you all can hear. And I know the mothers are listening too, and they're going to be saying, what Doc telling people to do? Now, I think that we should appreciate mothers every day. I don't have my mother anymore, but I have lots of mothers who I take care of, right? And some of them are very nice people. I can call names, but I'm going to call them. I we at our clinic here, I think, um, are serious contributors to keeping mothers going, keeping mothers um, free from diseases, those who apply what they need to apply, and those mothers who don't get the results that are expected when they expect it. Just keep doing the right things and you will get the results, right? So we take care of a lot of mothers. We also take care of a lot of fathers, but it's not Father's Day, it's Mother's Day. Okay? I know there's some mothers who are derelict mothers too. They turn their backs on their children, and the children have to be adopted by others and taken care of by grandmothers and other persons. Um, Maybe you'll regret it. Maybe. Maybe you will realize that you did something that was not the right thing, and you would at least let your children know who their mothers are. Okay? There are many mothers who are not biological mothers, but they take care of many children. So, even all those mothers, I would like to wish Happy Mother's Day because they too deserve it, right? Let me just respond here. Click, right? So, once again, to all of you who are mothers, all of you who are to be mothers, I just want to wish you all a happy Mother's Day. Now, let's get on with the program. We've been on the air now on channel 2 for a few years. We've been on channel 16 for several years. We've been on channel 9 few years also. So between channel 9, channel 16, and channel 2, we've been on the air since 1996. You do the math, right? I think we are the longest, if not the longest, very close to the longest health program that existed in this country. Live health program on television that existed. Okay, I'm not saying that because I want any kudos, but we're here and we've been advising. I was reminded today, we are advising persons forever on what to do about taking care of themselves. And we're going to continue to advise and try to get people to realize that pain is not normal, sickness is not normal, death you must expect at some point, but we want you to live long, painless, healthy lives as much as you can, for as long as you can, right? What we are seeing now as we screen persons is an abundance of diseases that include heart conditions, um, problems with cardiovascular system. Many persons are on the borderline of being affected by either a heart attack or a stroke. Um, it's not a very good thing because only the other day, someone who you know very well was on the road and he never got back home until this day. He's still alive, but he suffered a stroke on the road. Not a normal person either. And is in hospital, should be out hopefully tomorrow or the next day. But he suffered a stroke. And the last time I saw him was about the week before that day. And I said, you're taking care of everyone. All of the cars that come into your facility. When are you going to start taking care of yourself some more? You need to get screened to make sure that you're okay. That's the last thing I told her, maybe about not even 10 days ago. You know, for some reason, sometimes I have this intuition. I don't know, and I would say things, and I look back and I see that there's so many people who I would have mentioned the same thing to, and who are not here today any longer. Right? I think it's important that at least once a year, everyone, I don't care how small you are or how old you are, get yourself looked at. Get yourself either screened by us or by some facility who can honestly give you a good opinion as to the state of your health. Because you never know. You never know. You never know what is lurking. You never know how close you are to having an issue where maybe you will be taken out or you'll be have to be admitted somewhere. You don't know, right? It really saddened me, and I sat with his wife for maybe an hour in awe because I didn't know it happened. I just drove to the house. I just had this feeling that I should go there, and I drove there on my way down here Monday afternoon on, and I pulled up at the house. For some reason, I felt something was wrong because it didn't look like normal. So I called the wife, and I was given the bad news that her husband had a stroke. Now, I'm not saying to you that you might have one, but I'm saying to you that we don't know what else could be close that be happening to you. So you need to get yourself checked. When is the last time you check your blood pressure? When is the last time you check to see what is happening with your heart? When is the last time you learned anything about your immune system? When is the last time you check to see what your blood sugar is? You know, technology today will allow you to check your pressure, your heart, your blood sugar in minutes. Don't wait for the unexpected thing to happen before you check. Because when you check, it might not be you who will be checking. It might be someone who's checking for you. Serious. Okay? We've had in our kitchens and our pots foods in our kitchens that we know if we continue to use those foods, we're going to have issues. Okay? We know that. And we're not exercising like we used to exercise anymore. Many of us who were driving, who were riding bicycles, who were walking in the past to burn these calories and to sweat, perspire, and to keep our hearts beating right, and keep our air supply, the right way. We're not doing it anymore. We're driving. We're taking the buses. We're taking taxis. We're not really working out as we were in the past. Not today. So we may tell ourselves, oh, well, back in the days, what happened to them people who used to eat all them things? Well, back in those days, the people used to walk and ride. We didn't have gyms hardly, but they used to walk and they used to ride bicycles. Today, we hardly do that. You hardly see people riding a bike. If you see anybody riding a bike, it may be those guys who are racing or who practice to race. Many persons are riding those noisy motorbikes, but you don't get no exercise there. You exercise your ignorance there because you blare the noise in the streets, right? But we need to start exercising again, start walking again. We need to start eating right because we're frying everything and we're drowning it with fats. And we're clogging our arteries. And we're making our hearts work harder. And we are getting more bigger on a daily basis than we ever were. Some people believe that fat is okay. It's not okay. It's not. And when we talk about losing weight, it's not for your looks, it's for your organs. When you put on the extra weight, my friends, more than you really need, you are taxing your organs and making them work much harder than they were designed to work. Okay? I'm saying this to you because I'm seeing it on a daily basis. We are getting too fat. We are clogging our arteries more and more, and we're gearing ourselves up. Sometimes I hear a loud noise in the studio. I don't know where it's coming from, but I don't know. I have to play back one of these recordings to see if it registers. But we get a loud noise, like a screeching sound that comes out, and it drowns out, I guess, my voice, and maybe it interferes with something on here. Anyhow, I'm begging you, all of you, check your pressure, check your blood sugar, at least once a week. Make sure that you're within the limits, and for heaven's sake, stop frying so much and stop eating so much fats. And if you do, exercise more. Okay. Now we have this device here at the clinic that I know has saved many lives. Okay, and I've saved many persons from bypass, heart bypass surgeries and all that. Right? It's called a sauna, and it's not a regular sauna. It's a medical device that you go in and you burn up plaque. And we're doing it for people on a daily basis now because some people don't have the time to exercise and some people don't exercise. But you have to clear the arteries out of your clear the plaque from your arteries and allow your blood to flow normally. Allow your heart to work less hard. Okay? Remove the restrictions. Ease the burden of having a stroke or a heart attack and giving people around you serious problems. Okay? This is advice I'm giving you. You know, it's Mother's Day this weekend and y'all don't cook or anything. Don't kill your mother. Don't drown her with fats. Right? Start learning to steam, bake, broil more. Steam, bake, boil, and broil more. Okay? Start learning to do more about maybe um, using a air fryer. An air fryer will allow you to get the same frying done or the same type of cooking done, except that you will not be frying it or using the fatty things that you use to clog your arteries. Right? When you use the air fryer, you can probably when the product is finished, um, you can probably just use a little bit of olive oil, just kind of brush it on. You know, don't cook with the olive oil, but just brush it on, so that you have maybe some of the effects of frying, but at least the oil would not be heated, and it would not change the composition, and it would not harden in your arteries. Okay, I'm pleading with you because I'm seeing some serious things happening with people, and I'm concerned. All right. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about is the coronavirus. Many of you believe that the coronavirus has disappeared. It has not. It has not disappeared. The frenzy that we had and the excitement that we had about what will happen if you get coronavirus, that's gone. The coronavirus is not maybe as prevalent as it was, and the effects of the virus is not taking its toll like it was with people. But let me tell you, the coronavirus is still well and alive and still affecting persons. Except now, we don't only have the coronavirus, we have the other viruses and bacteria that are affecting people also. We are also finding that there are many persons who have pneumonia and don't even know. They don't know they have pneumonia. They're having shortness of breath, they're having a temperature, and some of them have no wheezing, no coughing, or nothing. They may have a chill that they feel. Get yourself checked by someone or someplace that can easily diagnose you correctly, right? Because there are a lot of misdiagnoses going on. I don't want to blame anybody or call any names or so, but there are lots of misdiagnoses going on, and people are most times alarmed when they come here and you find all sorts of things wrong. I'm like, no, not, no way I can have all them things wrong with me, really. I'm not the one who's diagnosing you, it's your body telling me what is wrong with it, right? Some of you don't believe the diagnosis. Some of you don't even listen. When you come and you sit, you don't listen. Some of you may not understand what is being done or diagnosed. You may not understand. Like we had a situation today where someone felt that they were disenfranchised, meaning that they were uh, they were not given the full attention or whatever it is for whatever reason. But I think it was just a matter of maybe not listening properly, not understanding, and not asking the questions. It's not wrong with asking the questions when you don't understand something, you know. I have a way of saying, you sure you understand? Are you sure you understand what I mean? Tell me what I mean. And then I would learn that people really didn't understand. Okay? When you come to this facility, we try to ensure that you are fully aware of what is happening to your body. You try very hard. You spend sometimes hours trying to get you to know what is wrong with you and what to do about what is wrong with you. And yet still some of you walk away and you're totally unaware of what went on. Please, if you don't understand when the process is being done, when you're sitting here and you're going over, if you don't understand, say you don't understand. Don't try to look and sound educated when you're not aware or when you're in ignorance. Okay, it's not a good thing for you, and it's not a good thing for us because you wouldn't follow the rules if you don't understand why you need to follow the rules. You won't follow the rules if you don't know that something that you're doing is causing you to have your problems. So please, I'm begging you, when you're here, if you're not aware of what is being said, if you don't really understand, please, I'm hearing some noise in the background. Please say, I'm not aware of what you're saying to me. Please explain a little further. It's okay, we will do it. And don't ask too many questions that are redundant. Some people ask questions because they want to ask questions. Okay? Ask questions because you don't understand and you want to be clearer on what it is that's being said. Right? I asked operator to put two numbers on the screen there. You can put the number to the clinic and the number to the studio. Whichever one you call, we're going to try to answer and respond accordingly. So don't be afraid to call. If you have a question about your health or a concern that you have with your health or something that is happening with your health, feel free to call us at the numbers on the screen. And I am here. I will try my best to answer to the best of my knowledge. Okay? Something else that we see, besides the coronavirus, is adenovirus. I ask persons to Google these things, and they may be taking it the wrong way, but it's not because we want you to, to just Google something. Go, when I say Google, I mean do your research on the report that you get in your hands. Look those things over. The internet is available. Use it smartly. Use it. I said the word smartly because you gotta understand that. Use it correctly so that you could at least be aware of what is happening to your body. Use Google to help you to understand what is on your report. It's okay. It's okay because some of it you wouldn't understand unless it's explained to you further. You know, I'm saying this to you today because only today I experienced it this afternoon. That someone just didn't understand or didn't listen for over an hour about what is going on with their body. And they made it appear as though there were short, there were short changes, we say, right? Let me tell you something. The average doctor ain't gonna explain nothing to you. You hear me? And you experience it. You're gonna go there, listen to you for a couple of minutes. They're gonna make some notes and write something down. In 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you're out of there. And you wouldn't say a thing. You wouldn't say a single word about the fact that you didn't understand anything. Some of the doctors don't even listen to you. You hear me? When you go through triage, they look at whatever the report is. If your pressure is a little high or your sugar is a little high or whatever it is, they're gonna respond based on what is given to them. Okay? So some of you who complain about the fact that you were here for an hour or more, and the doctors were trying to explain everything to you, and you didn't understand, or you think that you didn't have enough time, the average doctor will give you 5 or 10 minutes and they're done with you. Okay? Don't abuse us because we try to educate you. Don't complain, just comply. Okay? Comply. And some of you, when you get the list of things that you need to avoid, your body is saying to you, don't use these things because they are contributing to your condition. You complain. What am I going to eat? There's nothing left for me to eat. I got to drink water. No. Just be creative. And understand that the foods that appear on your printout are foods that are contributing to the number of things that are wrong with you. Understand that. It's not us who prepared that list of things that you shouldn't use. We just pointed them out to you because your body is saying to you that those things are affecting you and you should avoid them for now. Please, please, learn what is happening. This is one place that tries to get you a complete screening and a complete report from head to toe as to what's happening with your body. Don't drive us away because when I see what happens here, I go places and I do the same work. And people in other places are happy to know that there's someone or some facility that can help them to understand what is going on with their bodies. I'm telling you, we work in New York, we work in Florida, we work in St. Martin, it's just the coronavirus has interfered with our routine schedule of work. We work in Canada, we work all over. But we focus more here because we know that we have more persons here who needs us. We don't have the facilities here that we have in other places. So we present to you a facility that helps you to understand from head to toe what is wrong with you. And you all complain. And some of you criticize and some of you condemn. I don't want to tell you what would happen if we close this place and go somewhere else. I don't want to tell you. But maybe you might find out. You might find out because some of you all are really pushing us. I'm telling you, like some of you all are coming across like if you sent to frustrate us. You know, I'm telling you, I am beginning to feel that some of you willfully come here to try to frustrate us. But we have a lot of patience. We have a lot of patience. And it's not going to be easy to frustrate us. But we might get frustrated at some point and left you all alone and see what will happen. Then you will realize what you had. Like it has happened in other places. I used to do the same screening in Linden. Yes, I wanted to only stay at Linden. People used to have to travel from Berbice and Georgetown and West Coast and West Bank everywhere to come to Linden. And the Lindeners didn't appreciate the fact that we were there until we left. Now they have to travel to the town. Have to give up a whole day. And they're begging us to come back. You know why? Because they only realized after we left what they had. I'm telling you, sometimes you have to let people realize what they have it after you move it from them. Then they see it. Don't let us do it here. Because if we do it here, I don't want to tell you what I think is going to happen here. Okay? Don't frustrate us because we're getting frustrated. We have a lot of patience, but some of you, I think, are intent to frustrate us. You come here to frustrate us. And then some of you are very sick and you're running all over the place. You're going to all the facilities there are. And they're telling you you're okay. Is your mind, is your worrying, your stress, all kind of thing they're telling people, telling you all kind of thing. And then you go home, you still have your pains and your discomfort, and you can't walk, and you can't stand up, and you can't sleep, and you can't eat. And you went to wherever you went, and they tell you you're okay. And when you come here, and we find the reasons why you're not okay, you complain, and you condemn, and you criticize, and you don't believe. And then when you're on the dying bed, you try to come back. You know? Learn to listen. Learn to understand what is happening with your body. Listen to it. If anybody tells you that you don't have a pain when you have a pain and it's in your mind, find some place that can tell you why you have your pain. Because that pain that you feel might be the last pain you feel to take you away from here. I'm talking straight up today because maybe I think y'all need it. Y'all need it. Some of you gotta feel the pains and you gotta crawl on your knees before you realize that you got a problem. Especially the men. Especially the men. We are losing more men today than we ever lost. Men are falling like fleas and are leaving the women, some of them as widows, some of them as whatever we call them. We're also losing men to other things. A lot of men are changing how they are, or trying to change how they are, and becoming other types of men. I ain't gonna call nothing. But I'll tell you what I know. I know there are two persons in this world, a male and a female. You can do all you want to change how you are, but you will never have the organs as one or the other. No. When God made man, he made man with certain things. When he made woman with certain things, certain body parts. When I say things, I mean body parts. And I don't care what you do, you cannot change what you are physically. Maybe in your mind, maybe in your dress attire, maybe in how you inject yourself with the hormones or whatever you do. But ain't no man is going to be born with the uterus to produce a child. A woman will. Okay? So you can do what you want. You have a right to choose how you want to be. But I think many persons are confused. They really don't know who they are. I think they're confused. And they need prayers and they need help and they need guidance. And some need psychological help. Yes, I am seeing things today that I never believed I could see in my lifetime. Please, let us get our acts together and be more responsible. And let us try to realize who we are and not who we want to be. If you were to be what you want to be, you would have been there. If you were to be what you want to be, you would have been. If you were to be what you want to be, you would have been. The fact that you're not what you want to be means that you're not to be what you want to be. I don't care what you do. You're confused. And listen, I am seeing in the news that men or persons are killing one another for no reason. Maybe they have a reason, but they shouldn't kill anyone. If you don't like what somebody is doing, leave them alone. Just walk away, y'all. Separate, go your separate ways, and be friends if you want to be enemies. But don't kill nobody. You didn't make them, don't take them. When you kill someone, you have to live with that until you die. And it's gonna haunt you. It can't come onto your brain. I see also people killing persons and killing themselves. If you want to kill yourself, go your way. Don't kill somebody in garden with you. You never make them. Okay? There's so many things that are happening today in our world that is confusing. It's mind-boggling. So many things. I think many people because they're confused. Humans are behaving worse than the animals. We are humans. Let us remember that we all are humans. Don't behave like animals. If we behave like animals, we will be better off because I hardly see animals killing one another. Only the ones that are in the jungle that are looking for things to eat and so the carnivores they gotta eat, they gotta feed themselves by hunting down prey, animals that are weaker than they are. But we hunt down people for no reason, as if we are worse than cannibals. I don't know, man. I just know that we need leadership in the world, including our country, that understands what it's like to be human and teach that at every level that we need to operate as humans. Let us give those people who are qualified to help others the opportunity to help them. Put things in place to make sure that they have what it takes to do what they're doing. There are many persons out there who are quacks. When I say quacks, they're not really what they say they are. And they're trying to do things that they're not really able to do. And when I say quacks, I don't mean just in the medical field. I mean in all fields, in the plumbing field, in the carpentry field, in the electric field, in the everywhere, every field. They're quacks all over, ripping people off. They're portraying to be what they're not. Let us do what it takes to get people licensed properly. Let us put things in place to have them go through some process to ensure that they are not doing what they think they can do, but what they know they can do at every level. There are many persons who call themselves contractors who are not contractors. Do we have a place here where they can be qualified to indicate to them that they are truly contractors? I don't know. What about the plumbers? What about the electricians? What about the, you know, before you go out there when you operate on your own, have you gone through the process of ensuring through some institution or some some format that can give the persons who you're going to serve the confidence that you will do what you say you can do. For instance, in our field, there are many persons who are practicing what we practice here in some areas, not in all areas, in some areas, that are not able to do it, they're not qualified to do it. We've been trying and we have tried until we got frustrated to help the authorities to put mechanisms in place to ensure that these people really are qualified to do what they're doing. But instead of them looking at what is required to bring those things to a point where it can be accepted, they're criticizing and condemning and just behaving like they don't care. In the meantime, people are paying the price. Many homes are left unfinished. Many persons are suffering because they had to do things twice. They had to have the plumber, a real plumber coming after the plumber who they thought was a plumber, did his plumbing work. Same with electrical, same with medicine, same with everything. We have people also who are qualified by on paper to do things that are not really ready yet to do those things. They haven't had the internship, they haven't had the mentorship. So they're experimenting on people. It's a serious thing. It's a serious thing. You know, I know it might appear as though I'm stepping on toes and all that today, but I'm not. It's the reality. It's really what's happening. There are many mothers who are born children that are not ready to be mothers. Same thing. You're premature mothers. You cannot really bring the child up if you're left alone. You need help. You were given motherhood by bearing a child before you are mentally capable of bringing a child up properly. Some of the mothers that we have need a mother to mother them. Same with the fathers. You know, so this situation that we have in Guyana goes back in so many ways to foundation that needs to be laid properly, to things that need to be put in place. In so many ways, we are operating willy-nilly. You know, if we're going to become a country that is of standard, we need to put standards in place. We need to set standards. We need to put bars there so that people can, before they can jump over that bar, that they're really ready and qualified to get over that bar. Seriously. So I just thought that today I would spend some time, you know, putting on the flashlights, yes, and hopefully the person responsible are listening. I hope they're listening because we need reform. We need reformation. We need to toe the line in many areas. You know, many of you believe I'm a herbalist. I've heard it for so long. Dr. Haynes, mean, nothing is wrong with a herbalist, but I was never a herbalist. I keep saying it over and over. I'm what you call a naturopath, my friends. A naturopath. Look it up. Look it up. It's a genuine state of medicine that exists in the world. And you just don't be a naturopath by acting as one. You have to go through the process. You have to spend some time in places, in schools, in classrooms, in labs, in areas that many of you who call yourself what you call yourself have never gone. You have to learn what it takes to be a true humanitarian. Many of you are wearing the coats that represents a humanitarian, but are not nowhere near humanitarians. You know, I ain't trying to step on your toes, but we got to set standards and we've got to live up to expectation. We have to get there. We have to get there. I don't know if it'll ever happen in my lifetime, but I've been preaching this sermon for decades. I've been doing it. And it appears though some of it is falling on deaf ears. You know? At some point, the message will be gotten. But in many instances, I hope it's not too late. I hope it wouldn't be too late. Okay? Look, the numbers on the screen, I think they are. I can't see them, but I think they are. And some of you, you want to call, but you're frightened to call. You can call. I'm not going to tell you off. I'm just going to answer your questions. Don't be afraid. If you call, I'm going to answer. Or the operator is going to answer, and we will deal with the call. Right? I am used to y'all calling me, you know. Y'all can still call me. It's okay to call. Don't think because I'm not sitting in the studio, I can't take your call. I can still take your call. I can still deal with your issues. And some of you all are going to go to bed and say, boy, I should have called Dr. Haynes. When the program finishes, you're going to say, I should have called Dr. Haynes. You can call. Don't be afraid to call. I will stop what I'm telling you and I'll deal with your call. Okay? The other thing that is of concern to me is the signal that we have of the studio that's not reaching a lot of persons who need to be reached. I still get complaints. I don't know where the signal is going right now, how far it's reaching, but I still get complaints from persons who are saying that when they get the channel, it is still fuzzy, right? They're not hearing properly. It's scrambled. I'm getting all these, these type of complaints. I know the signal can't reach all over Guyana, but the areas that I know it should reach, and it's reached there without too many issues. Now we have other issues that can happen with your antennas. Some of your antennas that you have are antiquated and can't pick up anything. You'll probably pick up maybe some rust, or some sound, but some of you need to change your antennas and you need to modify your antennas to meet the standards that are set today. Some of it is not because of the station itself, but it's because of your antennas. And some of you are on other maybe internet channels or other networks that probably don't get channel 2. I know channel 2 is working to get that fixed so that it could be on those networks that some of you are looking at. I know they're working on that too, right? Anyhow, we only have a few minutes more, and I just want to I just want to say to you that it's time you take charge of your life. It's time that you become responsible um, for what is happening to your bodies. And it's important that you realize that you're not just the doctor to help, okay? You can't just depend on the medicines to help you. You have to take charge of your bodies because the body has to heal itself. Don't let nobody, okay? Don't let nobody fool you. There's no medicine in the world heal you of anything. None. The medicines will facilitate healing. It will facilitate the correcting of things in your body. That's why the medicines are important. But the body has to heal itself. So if you got anybody out there who telling you that they're gonna heal you, they're just making a fool out of you. And miracles do happen. I believe that miracles do happen. I believe in that. But there's no quick fix. There's no quick fix out there. It takes time. You may have a problem that you've had for years, and you come to the doctor or the facility and expect that one bottle of medicine will fix it. Don't happen. It don't happen. That condition has to be reversed gradually. There is no quick fix. The only quick fix that is out there is maybe an adjustment to your spine, which we do here all the time. Okay, and even that, when you adjust the spine and bring it back in alignment, it takes time for those tissues, muscles, and ligament to be able to support that change that just occurred. Because if you go the wrong way, you'll go right back out again. There's no quick fix. The only healer that is out there, the only miracle worker, the only miracle man that's out there is the one we read in the Bible. That's the only one I know that existed. Okay? Again, miracles are still happening. They happen every day. But don't expect to have a disease in your body for years, even months, and expect that one visit to a doctor or a hospital or a clinic is going to fix that. You will get some results if the approach is right, but it will take some time. So don't fool yourself, okay? Don't put the pressure on yourself. Don't put the pressure on the facility or the physician. Let the body take its time. And many of you don't believe you got worms. Many of you don't believe you got worms. Let me tell you, you got more worms than you ever think. And they're living in your body, and they're eating, they're messing, and they're multiplying. And you take this from me, and it's documented. One of the biggest, most contributory factors to cancer is worms. Worms. The same worms that you don't believe you have. They will eat right through your organs. Okay? All right. Don't let me spoil your day. I know it's almost time for us to get off here. So I want to say to you, may you have a wonderful evening. If it rains, prepare yourself, take your things off the ground and put them on high, on high tops to ensure that the water doesn't destroy anything for you. Because it's not easy today. It's tough. And to all you mothers again who are listening and who are there looking for a great day on Sunday, as Mother's Day is called, I want to wish you all a pleasant, safe, healthy, and happy Mother's Day. And for me, every day is a Mother's Day. May you be blessed. Thank our studio and our operators for facilitating us. May you be blessed by the Almighty. I hope that we didn't hurt anyone. It wasn't intended. Okay? Listen, learn, and comply. Don't complain. God bless you. Good night.
Looking for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.